Hello everyone, today I want to discuss something with you and this is the topic, civilization and modernization theory. The first thing I will discuss is civilization. We hear a lot about civilization. Usually it is broken up into two parts. But what exactly is a civilization? How is it defined? And what are its core characteristics? This is what we will be discussing in this lesson. A civilization is generally defined as an advanced state of human society containing highly developed forms of government, culture, industry, and common social norms. Of course, not all scholars agree with this definition. In fact, there is much debate over what constitutes a civilization and what does not. Furthermore, who determines what is advanced and what is not? There seems to be a bit of subjectivity involved. So yes, on the one hand, this is a bit of a tricky issue. On the other, the general consensus defines civilization in much the same way as I just described. The definition I provided is typically along the lines of what you would see in a dictionary or textbook. So, even if it's an oversimplification, it is the commonly understood definition, and for our purposes, we'll just go with it. The word itself comes from the Latin root civilis, meaning civil. The word civilization first began appearing during the Enlightenment. If you're familiar with the Enlightenment, this is not surprising. The Enlightenment was all about civilizing humankind, using reason, education, and science to bring people up to a high state of human functioning. Historians, anthropologists, and other scholars have identified several core characteristics of civilization. Examples of civilizations include Mesopotamia, Khmer, Maya, Egyptians, Minoan, and the Inca. These civilizations all had urban areas, a surplus of food, a government and a religion, and the writing system. The next thing I will discuss is Rostow's 5 stages of growth, but before we proceed, I will tackle to you what is modernization theory and some limitations of Rostov model. Modernization theory suggests that traditional societies will develop as they adopt more modern practices. According to proponents of modernization idea, contemporary states are more powerful and wealthy, and their citizens have more freedom to enjoy a higher standards of living. One example of a modernization theory is Rostow's economic stages of growth. This model suggests that countries go through a predefined set of 5 stages before becoming a fully developed nation. These are the limitations of Rostov model. There is an assumption that all countries will automatically start at the same stage and with the same capability, such as their availability of raw materials, to progress further through the stages. No account is taken for problems that developing countries face, such as debt, being locked into the export of primary products or limited access to markets, which can block further development. The model suggests that the endpoint of development is the same for all countries and is known from the beginning. It assumes that all countries will adopt similar policies, something that overlooks the idea that competitions between the nations may hold some back. These are the 5 stages of growth. Stage 1. Traditional society. Agriculture and other primary industries are the only means of existence. The work is highly labor-intensive due to the limited availability of advanced technology. Subsistence agriculture dominates this farming, with food being eaten by the producers rather than being sold for profit. There is limited scope to develop any raw materials in the country, so the development of other industries is restricted. Stage 2. Transitional stage. Mechanization starts to enter farming and greater yields create more commercialization of food. Secondary industries such as textiles begin to develop as skill and education levels of increase. Foreign direct investment may see the country begin to develop simple communication and transport infrastructures. Stage 3. Take-off. Further industrialization creates a multiplier effect where businesses use each other to grow and develop. Most workers are now employed in secondary industries. Development may become largely regionally and centered around urban spaces. Stage 4. Drive to maturity. Modern technology has spread across almost all industries in the country, and many sectors starts to gain an international reputation. Workers are highly skilled and start to become specialized within certain industries. Stage 5. Age of high mass consumption. Employment becomes very much based around service industries and the consumptions of high orders goods that are made of overseas. Finance systems are well established with banks able to loan money to other countries. Country plays a key role in international organization. That's all. Thank you for listening.